Hi, my name is Pradeep, and today let's talk about Git. So, what is Git? Git is a version control system and distributed version control system to be specific. When we say distributed version control system, it is basically when you check out, when you clone your files, when you clone your repos, right? You take the complete repository, complete snapshot of that repository in your system, right? And then the Git software that is working on your local system, it provides you a complete source control system functionality. That is why it is a distributed version control system, right? The each node, each participant who is cloning your repository has complete snapshot of the system at that point of time. And then once cloned, once checked out, that particular person, particular node can go offline and continue working upon that particular branch. They can further create more branches. They can merge those branches with each other, right? The whole source control system. If we need to contrast this thing with central version control system, like there used to be Microsoft Team Foundation system, it is still there. Many people still use it. What used to happen there was that version control system sits on a server, and when you get files, you need to remain online, remain connected with the version control system in order to keep checking out and checking in the source code. And this source control is not limited to only coding. It could be any other thing. It could be a Photoshop file, it could be a Word document, any document, any particular piece that needs collaboration can use version control system, right? In central version control system, you have to be online most of the time, though you can continue working offline. However, that is your offline system. You cannot commit it. To commit it, you need to come online and then commit it to the remote server, right? Whereas in distributed version control system, you don't have to go online. You can be for 1 week, 10 days, you can be offline, but you can continue committing. Okay. And when we say commit, so each commit is a snapshot, and that allows you to, do the time traversing in the past. You can go back to 7 days old code, you can go to 7 months old code, and if you have maintained your repo well, you can go back to 7 years. Nobody is stopping you actually, right? So this is what distributed version control system is. Sometimes the concept is little, you know, takes time to understand what is the benefit. This is the benefit where you can continue, you can have the whole version control system at your hand in your local system, right? And nowadays, what is happening? Most of the services like GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, right? These all of these services which provide Git software as a service, right? They have created a free plan, and now you don't need to keep your personal project or college project to yourself. You know, earlier, before all these version control systems came and they started offering free, before that, we how we used to maintain the version control systems. Sometimes we used to email it to ourselves, different versions. Sometimes we used to use Dropbox or similar kind of things, Google Drive, right? Now there is no such excuse actually why we are not using any version control system. No more excuses. We have free plans provided by each of these services, and they don't just provide source control system, they provide builds, right, which are necessities to do the continuous integration, CI, continuous delivery, CD, CI, CD, right? So GitHub is providing 2000 minutes of CI, CD, right? And to enable you to do CD, continuous delivery of different packages that you are, producing every day actually. Why after 1 week or 2 weeks of sprint every day, right? So GitHub is providing you 500 MB of free package storage. This is your output of your build actually, right? GitLab provides you most of the same things, 2000 minutes of CI/CD, right? Then Bitbucket provides you, uh, this is different thing, build minutes, right? Bitbucket is providing less. Both GitHub, GitLab was providing 2000 minutes, and Bitbucket is providing only 50 minutes. So that is little less actually, but it is still better than using email and with no CI CD and nothing actually, right? And believe me, like 2000 minutes of CI CD is more than enough for a middle-sized company as well, not just for a personal project, not for a college project, but even for a middle-sized company, 2000 minutes are more than enough, right? So I already have this software installed. You have to have Git installed locally, even though we are going to use any of these services, right? This system, this software is available for Windows, Mac, Linux, everything, right? I am on Windows, so I have downloaded it already on Windows, right? Let's close these tabs now, right? Pricing, you select what works for you. When Microsoft acquired GitHub in June 2018, lots of open source projects moved to GitLab actually. So this is also a very competitive product compared to GitHub. So let's close this thing as well. And now I already have account in GitHub, so I'm just going to go to my repositories now, right? I have not been a very big open source developer. Most of my work is, within the vicinity of corporate networks, right? So let me show you now. Now we have account. You have account. You must create account if you don't have any online account till now, right? How do we work with these things? So we create a new repository actually, right? So I'm a .NET developer, so I just wish to showcase how we can create a .NET Web API here. So this is my name, right? .NET um, Web API demo, right? I can very well create private repository. That means I don't need to share code with anyone. But since this is for demo purpose, we can create a public repo, right? Create repo, and within few seconds, I have my repo here, right? So let's copy this thing. Uh, I have the software installed, Git installed. So Git clone is the command that we can use to clone any repo actually. Whether it is hosted on GitHub or on GitLab or Bitbucket, Azure DevOps, whatever Git service you are using, Git clone. This is the source actually, Git command installed locally actually. Okay, let's clone it. Cloning into my system, cd.net, right? So I go there, list, nothing, right? Obviously, it is empty file, right? Now I'm going to use one CLI tool, .NET new. Um, .NET is the CLI and new was the argument. And now I wish to create ASP.NET Core Web API. For that, I need to give this argument .NET new Web API. Okay, so few seconds and then our project is ready, right? So I have things here, right? So if I need to say, let's say ls, right? So I got these many files. right? Now if I say git status, so git status is showing all of these files in red. Why? Because I have not yet added these files into the git repo. So let's add them. Git add capital A to add all of them, right? We can ignore this LF and CRLF thing, doesn't matter much as long as we are working here. Okay, now if I say git status, all of these files are in green. This means that these files are now staged. Okay, now we can commit them as well. Git commit, we can use minus m is for message. Okay, I can say created .NET Web API project, right? And I can say commit all minus a. It can very well be here, but just leave it here, right? So all of these files are now committed. If I say git status, right? Nothing to commit, working tree clean, right? Now comes the point. Okay, now I can show you a history actually, git log, right? So you can see it's my name, created .NET Web API project, right? Now, if I need to share this, because right now I have created the project, I have added files into the repo, I have committed them. Now, if I want to share it with you, how can I share it? For that purpose, I need to push my work to this remote repo actually. Okay, I need to push the snapshot that is sitting in my machine to this remote system actually. So for that, we can use git push, right? So let it just do the magic, and it is doing it, right? All done. Now if I refresh it, we will see all the files. You see, all the files are here now, right? I have only one branch, master branch, right? We can rename it to main or any other thing. It could be, main, it could be release, it could be any branch actually, right? Now let's build this software that we created. .NET build. So build generates some new files, some more files actually. And if we check git status, you can see the bin folder was created and object debug folder was created. So how to deal with these extra files, because when we commit our source code to the version control system, we should commit only the source code, not the DLLs associated with that. Because DLLs we will pull from our package managers. For .NET it is Nugget package manager. It's like in Node we have npm. Sorry, in Node we use Node package manager, right? So we reference packages from there. So npm is there for Node, Nugget is there for .NET, right? So we can create a git ignore file actually. So let's create it. Let's start dot so that my Explorer opens up here, right? And I can create a git ignore file here. Git ignore at the root actually. Okay. So now I have git ignore file here. Okay. And what we need to do is we need to just add these things here. We will add bin. We will add. Let's just say obj, the whole of objs. Let's put star, bin star. We can, oops, bin star, right? And let's check out the git status now. Git ignore file. Yes. Why it is not working? Because I need to fix this extension part. Somehow I am in a setting where I am not getting file name extensions. So let's fix this. It need not be text. It should not be, it must not be .txt file. It just need to be .gitignore file. So there it is, gitignore file. Let's check the status, right? So my bin debug is gone. Bin folder and obj folder is gone. We can commit, we can use git add and let's do a tab out, right? And we can add this and now say git status again. My file is added. We can say git commit minus m added git ignore file, right? Com it is just committed, right? This work is not shared yet. Let's push it. Okay. So it's pushed and you see right now it is not here. Let's refresh it. Now git ignore file is there with the proper comments. Okay. And now what we need to do? We can actually ch check out a new branch out of it, you know. So command is git checkout with the we want to create a new branch. Okay, git checkout minus p. Okay, API enhancements. Too big of a name, but let's go ahead with that. Right now, if I say git status, I am on branch API enhancements. Right. Let's quickly open it in our IDE. I use JetBrains Rider. I like this. This works better, and Rider is built in, so I get all the facilities, functionalities of ReSharper. And so it's fine. It is alternative, one alternative to Visual Studio, and I prefer to use JetBrains Rider here. Okay, so it is opened here. .NET API demo, right? It is opening up. All I want to do is I'm going to add a new controller, and at the same time I am going to modify the existing controller that is there, since we are on API enhancements. Why I am doing this? Because I want to show the functionality of pull request. uh, Pull request is a great functionality in Git, because when we are working on larger teams, what we need to do is we, like, after completing the code, after doing the finishing the code, we need to share it with rest of the team to get the review comments. The more eyes look at the system, it is better. People can give you more context. They can tell you how to optimize a particular implementation, right? Uh, Rider is done at this moment. Let's add a new controller. It will be just be a dummy controller. I don't want to add any new functionality here. Dummy controller, right? So that's done. Do you want to add the following file to Git? Of course, yes, we want to do it every time, right? Ignore this red thing right now. Okay. It is I have enabled some settings on my system, and because of that, this is not working. But in your system, if you are a .NET developer, this should work just fine. And now we are going to modify certain things in weather forecast controller as well. What exactly we will modify is, I don't know. Let's just say very hot. Everything is already there, but just for the sake of adding some new setting here, we will do it. And we can now commit from GUI. Like we have GUI here, so let's just use it, right? Modified certain implementation. This is more than enough for us. There are unversioned files actually. This is we can ignore. This is all idea files actually, JetBrains specific files. We can leave it. Commit. Okay, I want to show one more feature, so I will just commit actually. Right. So it got committed. Get status. Nothing is there, right? Only this idea file is there that we could either add to our gitignore file. For that matter, let's add it actually. Let's add it to our, everything related to idea. I don't want to get it into Git, right? Oh, wow, what exactly happened here? He did not like it. Okay, because Notepad++ is, deceiving me. It is still editing my .txt file. I need to just close it. Yeah, let's delete this file and open this file in Notepad++. Right, dot idea star. It was not like this, right, guys? It was like dot idea star dot idea. And then let's put this thing, anything starting with that thing I don't want. Now only thing is git ignore. Let's commit that thing as well. We had something here. Yeah, just put the same comments. In real life, in professional settings, you should provide more meaningful comments every time. Right, so I got everything, right? And git status is telling everything is clean. Right, so now at this point of time, I want to push the changes to my API enhancements branch actually. And since this is a new branch that is created only in my machine, right? So the remote is not aware of what needs to be done. Okay, so what is the command? Now we are getting into git push setting upstream actually. And on the remote, this origin means remote, right? Git push remote set up this branch and just copy paste and put this thing and we should see our new branch actually. Let's go to GitHub and when I say I now have a new branch here and GitHub is detecting that API enhancements had recent pushes actually. Compare and pull request. So, let's say I'm done with my enhancements work, right? And we want to merge our things into the main branch, right? Compare and pull request, right? So API enhancements, fine. It is doing some auto magic work here. We should be able to do preview. It is not showing any preview. Ideally, it should be showing me the files. Uh, we don't need to do any other thing here. What we can do is, you know, added a new controller and added a setting in existing controller, just to describe the work that we have done. Create pull request. Yes, we so GitHub has this create draft pull request feature. Azure DevOps does not have. I work with Azure DevOps most of the times. Right now, I have not seen this feature. Maybe it is on the way. Create pull request meaning you are just creating the pull request. You are done with your coding work and now you want to just ask the other team members to review your pull this work, and if everyone is happy you will commit it. But what if you are working on a very big work, then you can half the way you can create draft pull request so people are not surprised by your work. So I just created a pull request. So here you can see um, GitHub has automatic bots actually. So that is detecting that there is no conflict with the main branch, right? And there are commits. So th those commits we can see. Um you can see all the messages and everything. Files changed. So this is where you can see the differences actually. So you see the dummy controller is all new. So there we cannot see what got modified and all. However, here you can see, this is the very hot setting I had added. There is a setting to change it, parallels view. Sorry, this is not what I was supposed to do. I am supposed to do. Hmm, where exactly that setting is in GitHub. I don't use GitHub so much, uh, but I should be able to see them parallelly. Left hand side, my unmodified file, and on the right hand side, my modified file. And these settings are not showing me this thing. Okay, let's not worry about it right now. That's not so important option, because the main purpose of me doing this session is to demonstrate the functionalities of GitHub actually. And I think I have covered most of the things. So this is what you can, maintain your version control. If you have more than one person who is working with you, you can create multiple branches. If you want a certain level of quality check before anything gets committed to the main branch, you can create pull requests, right? And then, this is actions. I would create another session actually, where another demo, where we will create a build actually, CI CD for this web API. So you see, like, this is the GitHub Actions. We can do .NET Core, everything, most of the things. And then we can do the deployment. We can control the deployments from here as well. Not just build. Build is continuous integration, and continuous delivery meaning deploying them to a target, a public website, or you could have internal website. So that's CD. So actions covers all of that. And then security and other things are there. These are, advanced level things, where you have your team and you want who can commit, who can create branches, who can delete branches, kind of things, right? So those are advanced settings. But for your personal work, be it a personal product or a college level project for students, this is what you need in Git, from Git. Git and GitHub are different. So Git is a version control system. GitHub, GitLab are your software as a service, providing you Git service actually, right? Thank you very much to watch till here, and let me know your feedback. Thank you. Bye.